that I forgot to start the timer. And I took only 2 hours for this painting. I am full of surprise today. What the Okay, so I posted a poll on YouTube asking you guys what do you want me to draw next in my next video. And most of you guys want me to draw backgrounds over portraits. So I guess we're drawing backgrounds today with only one layer. No undo, no eraser, within only 2 hours. I will show you the reference on the screen so that you can see the original photo. Right now, I'm guessing the sky's color from the reference and adding some gradients. And I'm trying my best to match it as closer to the reference photo. And in case you're wondering, I'm not going to cut or crop any of the clips so that you know that I'm not cheating. Okay? For now, this is all I can do for you. I think this was the time when I just realized that I forgot to start the timer. Now it's time for the clouds. I wanted to draw something really quiet and peaceful, but something really beautiful. And what else can be more beautiful than clouds? A fresh and beautiful chunk of clouds. I don't know what it is, but something about clouds really fascinates me. Like every time I see a beautifully shaped clouds on the sky, I feel so excited and so happy. I feel like I'm in one of those movies. Up. I'm so sorry I got distracted. I'm just drawing the brief idea of the clouds. Also, you're going to see me use lots of texture brushes to make the shapes of the clouds more interesting. To be really honest, I was just trusting my gut feelings and I was really afraid that I'm going to mess everything up since I don't have the luxury to use undo button and multiple layers. I wanted to do a live art challenge video where I am talking and drawing at the same time, but I am really bad at multitasking. You know those types of artists who can talk and draw at the same time? Like they're doing a fun little art challenge, but at the same time they're talking to their audience. Yup, I can't do that. Like when I'm talking, my mind is like, and when I'm drawing, my mind is like, yup, I can't do both at the same time. Now it's time for the main subject, which is that little boy. Again, at this point, I was just trusting my gut feelings and my shape analysis skill. At this point, I was continuously telling myself that it's totally fine if it doesn't matches with the reference perfectly, but make sure it is as closer to the reference. And you know, your life gets a lot easier when you know that you cannot make everything perfect, but there's always something that you can do to make it better. I don't know why, but it feels like he's on his way to the heaven. But it gets better. I'm telling you this because I'm doing a voiceover and I know the final result. At first, I wanted to do a sketch of the main subject before I use the base color. But then I realized I won't be able to see the sketch anyways if I use the base color, so I skipped that part. Now it's time to draw the grass. And you're going to see me use lots of texture brush because I don't know what it is about texture brush, but I am obsessed with them these days. But I don't know, it's just so fun. But in my opinion, I feel like texture brushes lets you cheat a little bit. Like you don't have to worry about all those small details. And it will save a lot of your time. And people are going to think that there's so much going on, but it's just nothing. It's just texture brush. And I was going to render the grass, but then I realized that I am really bad at drawing grass. I was trying my best to render the grass and nothing was working and I was just getting frustrated. So I moved on to the main subject because I cannot get stuck in one place because I don't have enough time for that. Now it's time for the lighting. Yay! This is the second most fun part about this drawing because this is where things will pop up even more. One thing about me, I love dynamic light source. I love lighting scenarios with interesting shapes, and I think a good and interesting light source can make a piece 1,000 times better. the grass again. So I took a break, watched some tutorials on internet asking how to draw grass, and I found this amazing tutorial from this amazing artist. She explains everything so easily as if it's a piece of cake, but it's not for me. And my grasses are starting to look better again. So thanks, you amazing artist. Now it's time to render the clouds. Again, the best part of this piece. And yeah, there is nothing much to explain about this. I was just experimenting and having fun. And at this point, I wasn't even scared to mess everything up. I don't know why. And I'm going to be honest. I have pressed the undo button 1 or 2 times without me knowing, but in general I am really impressed with myself. You know those types of artists who uses thousands of layers for one single piece and abuses the undo button. It's me, I'm that kind of artist. And usually I take 4 to 5 hours or more than that for one single piece like this. And I took only 2 hours for this painting. I am full of surprise today, what the heck. But you know, it's really nice to push yourself out of the comfort zone sometimes and see how far you can go with your creativity. In my case, which is really low. But what are you talking about? Wait, listen. If you follow me and if you have seen my other videos, then you will know that I always talk about not being perfect all the time and the beauty of imperfection. But the irony is, I always chase perfection and try to fit in a ideal shape of jar, if you know what I'm talking about. I think that habit of me kills a lot of my creativity. So it feels really nice to do art challenges like this where I'm not worrying about the final result and just having fun with the process. And at this point, I was just adding some color variation by adding some flowers and different types of color here and there. And you know, adding small details and some finishing touches. But I knew there was something that I was missing, but my eyes were so numb that I couldn't see any mistakes that I was making. Time's up. This is the final result. I just wanted to see how it's going to look if I use all the digital tools that I refused to use, like the undo button, the eraser, the layer. I guess I tortured myself a bit too much. So I spent extra 5 or 10 minutes and used some blending modes, layer modes, and some finishing touch here and there. And this is the final result. I know the difference is really subtle, but still you can see it. That's it for today's video. I really hope that you learned a thing or two from this video. And if you did, make sure you like and subscribe this video. And I will see you in my next one. Until then, please be happy. Bye-bye!